I'm turning the tables.
Hey guys, welcome back to Turning the Tables. My guest today is basically TV royalty. She's one of the original members of The View. She's been on E! News, Good Day Live, Home and Family, and she's done it all. She's Greek, she's gorgeous, she's hilarious, and she just dropped a new cookbook called Greekish, which is like a love letter to Greece, family, and amazing food. Let's all welcome Debbie Matenopoulos.
Hi, Teresa. How are you, gorgeous?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. Oh,
You've been all over the place.
I mean, a little bit, just a little. Yes, just a little.
I'm loving it.
But I love that you're Greek because I feel like Greek and Italians are like the same. I really
Una fazza, una razza.
Yes, I love that. Una fazza, and I love going to Greece is one of my favorite places in the world.
Oh, I love that you say that. Really? How often do you go?
I've gone to Mykonos the last 5 years.
Really? Every summer?
Yes. This is the
Oh my
last
gosh.
summer. The last summer is the only summer I didn't go, but I went past summer, 5 summers before that. Yeah.
Well, you're honorary Greek now. I mean, it's so close to Italy. Do you go back to Italy a lot?
No. I went to Italy for my honeymoon, to the Amalfi Coast, and
That's beautiful.
before that, oh my God, it was like on the show. That's when I went
Oh
to
my
Italy.
gosh. Really?
Yeah.
Well, then in that case, we're taking you as ours. Forget Italy. Come to Greece.
Yeah. How often do you go to Greece?
I go back as often as I can. I mean, it's really important for me to make sure that I, keep that connection for my daughter. It's super important that I feel that she feels her Greek heritage because I'm first generation Greek. I was the first person in my entire family to be born in the United States. My sister and my brother were born in Greece. And we didn't speak English. We didn't speak English until we went to school.
Me either. I'm first
Yeah.
generation Italian, so I
So
learned
you
how
know
to
what it's
speak Italian.
like.
Yes. So
Yeah, you
the
speak it in the
same.
house, and then when you go to school, they teach you English. So to me,
Right.
it's like, she has to understand that part of her culture. And her dad's Italian. So she's half Greek, half Italian. Yeah. So she's very fiery.
How old is she?
10.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. She's
So you,
just
you only have one?
just one. I would have had 10 if I could have, but unfortunately that wasn't in the cards. I actually had a lot of miscarriages after her, not before, but after, which is kind of,
That's all right. As long as you have one, that's all that
that's
matters.
what I say. As long as
It
she's
was
healthy.
Yes,
You
that's
have
all. And
4.
then that's what it was meant to be. Yes, I
Yeah.
have 4 daughters. Yes, 4 daughters.
I mean, talk about that must be a lot in one house.
Yes, we have a full house. Yes, full house, and then have 2 stepsons.
Okay, all right, but I bet for
Yeah.
the boys it's a little bit with all that estrogen floating around.
Yeah, and we had 4 dogs, and one of our dogs just passed.
Oh, I'm sorry. to
Yeah,
hear
my
that.
my husband's one of his dogs passed, and she was 15 years old. Her name was
Well,
Bella.
that's a good life.
Yeah, I know it was. Yeah, but my stepson, is really sad. It's his first loss, so it was hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super hard. Listen, I now have 2 big dogs. They're my 6th and my 7th dog. And after my last one passed away, I was not going to get another dog. I said I can't
Yeah,
do
it's
it.
hard because the kids get so attached to them, and well, I can't even imagine with my Bella because I have a Bella too. We both had Bellas. We both had Bellas, and our Bella I think is like 11 or 12. Yeah, I got her on the show for the kids for a Christmas gift.
Oh my goodness. Well, I know
Yeah,
it's difficult when you lose a pet. There's just really
yeah,
that feeling there's nothing like it. So that's
yeah.
why I didn't want to
No.
get another dog. But then my daughter was like, "No, mommy, please." And I thought, who am I to not allow her to have that experience of another animal because I can't handle the pain when the dog passes away. It's just too much for me.
So you got another one?
Now I have 2. One of them
Yeah.
is 110 pounds. And when I
Wow,
went, how about this? So we were going to basically in Los Angeles, they have these strip malls and there's restaurants and whatever. So we were going to breakfast one day and they were having an adoption in the parking lot. So when we went over to talk to these people, and I thought, "Ugh, whatever, they're never going to let me adopt a dog. It's more difficult to adopt a dog in California than it is a child. I swear, you've never seen anything like this. They come, they measure your house, they do like a background check. It's crazy.
Oh
So
my
I'm
God.
legit. So I go over and whatever. So the woman told us that the dog, because it was just a tiny little dog at that time, the dog was part Jack Russell. Okay. So cut to, we adopt the dog. We do the dog's DNA. The dog keeps growing and growing, growing. The dog is zero Jack Russell. It just happened to have the same sort of markings. The dog is Great Dane.
Oh my God. Those dogs are huge.
Opposite of Jack Russell. Great Dane, Great Pyrenees, and Siberian Husky. So I called the shelter and I said, I cannot believe you bamboozled me and told me this dog was a Great Dane. I mean, I'll send you pictures.
Great.
You'll see.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
he's the sweetest dog I've ever had. And
Aw.
I'm glad I got suckered into getting this animal. And then we got suckered into getting another one during the fires here in California. So now, yeah, that
So
was
that's
not
where
quite-
so you live in California.
Yeah, in LA.
Beautiful. So let's get to know you better. Let's start asking you some questions. You joined The View at 22. Wow, that was young. I guess you were one of the youngest, right?
The youngest in history
Yes.
still to date.
That's amazing. I love that. Love.
That was, I mean, I was a baby. I was still going to NYU. They actually filmed my graduation. I'd already been hired and they filmed my graduation at NYU.
Wow, you're a smarty pants. That's amazing. That's awesome.
That was
So
tough.
that's insane. Were you nervous sitting next to Barbara Walters and all those big personalities?
Yes, very much so. But I think I did a good job of hiding it. I was, I was just this journalism student going to NYU, working at MTV, and ended up, I went to a party uptown at a friend of mine's house who was, he wanted to be a weatherman and he couldn't get a job in New York. So he got hired to go to like Idaho or somewhere. I don't even know where it was. So it was a going away party. And a casting director was there and said, we'd love for you to come in tomorrow and talk to Barbara Walters and Bill Getty about doing a new show. And all I knew about Barbara Walters was, 2020 and being on the nightly news. I'm like, what? Why in the world would Barbara Walters want to sit next to me? Are you crazy? So he said, just come in. So I go in, I do this, just basically a meeting with them. They say, come back in a few weeks for this audition. So initially, I don't think I was nervous because initially I was just me. I was this kid going to NYU, working at MTV, and just going in to chat with these people and never thought I was going to get the job. Teresa, when I tell you, I did not think there was a chance in the world that I would be hired. I get hired. Now it's like 3, 2, 1, smile for the world. The light comes on and you're on live TV. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I don't think I understood the gravity of it. I don't think I understood how massive this job was, which is probably better because had I gotten inside of my head and thought, oh gosh, this is a big deal, then it would have just imploded even faster than it did. So yes, was I nervous? After a few months, yeah, because people told me what a big deal it is and people got inside of my head and then I got inside of my head and then I got worried about everything I was saying and how I was saying it. Was I smart enough? Was I established enough to be sitting there? The answer to all that is no. But the truth is I wasn't supposed to be. See, this is where it all got so muddy because the truth is it was 5 women, different generations, different backgrounds, different views. That's how.
And you give your view. Exactly. That's why it's called The View. Right. I love that.
My view was the view of a 22-year-old just starting out that wasn't supposed to know about every single world's event, that wasn't supposed to know about living because I hadn't lived. I hadn't lived beyond being a student, and going to concerts and just being this Greek immigrant kid. However, as that evolved and as the show evolved, it didn't become different views. You know what I mean? And it also, people would be like, well, what does she know? The truth is not much. But the point was that these other women were supposed to teach me like you would your daughter or your niece or your granddaughter. So I was supposed to represent that view. And, I did the best I could. And frankly, I think I did a great job for being 22, sitting next to the rest of them.
So how many years did you work there?
2 seasons. And then I was the first one to be voted off the island, Teresa.
Aw, that's okay. But you know what? You got experience, you got experience.
Exactly.
And then what they do, lay you off?
Lay me off. I wish it was that easy. They fired me publicly.
Why? But
It was like a
why?
public guillotine down in Times Square. Well, because truthfully, okay, this is what was happening behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know. I think sort of Saturday Night Live and some people caught on that were viewers, and they used to like mock us every single Saturday. And I think they figured out what was happening because they would do skits and be like, I was their sacrificial lamb, when in turn I really was. So what happened initially was the show was trying to find its footing. It had just gotten off the ground. You know what I mean? Barbara was calling in favors left, right, and center. She would call Regis Philbin to come be a guest. She would call Tom Selleck and have him come on. So anyone that she was really good friends with would come do the show. Nobody knew what it was. It was suddenly, what is this? What are all these women sitting around talking on TV? It was groundbreaking. It had never been done before. So she was, it was an uphill battle. ABC was saying, you are our number one newswoman. What are you doing on daytime? So the ratings weren't what they had hoped they would be. So we were doing all kinds of stuff, pulling out all the stops. We came to California to shoot for a week. They had me go on soap operas as a guest star. They did this whole thing called Dare Debbie, where they made me jump out of planes and do. We did as many things as they did it.
God.
Every single one of us had like a different.
So you jumped out of a plane. You need to go to Special Forces then.
Oh my gosh, I would love to do that. By the way, we'll talk
Yeah.
about that in a second because I love that you're on that. Okay, so what ended up happening is they were trying to get the ratings up. The ratings were not going there. So behind closed doors, they decide, what are we going to do? Let's maybe do a stunt casting. And so I happened to be the one that got stunt casted out of the show. So then they said, let's do a stunt where we find the new young one. And they got rid of me and then did an on-air audition for a year to find the new me, or like 9 months to find the new me. And that made the interest in the show just skyrocketed because every agent in town, every manager, everybody was like, oh my gosh, who are these? Every day there's a new person. Are we going to like her? Are we not going to like her? And you know how vocal the fans of The View are. I mean, they'd be writing the show every day, fire this one, hire this one. They still do it all day long. So I ended up getting the boot, and they hired, who by the way is my dear friend, Lisa Ling, who was the polar opposite of me.
Yeah.
Like I was young and straight out of NYU and still going to the clubs and, having a great time. Lisa was, I was very liberal. She was very conservative. She was coming from News One. She was super serious and studious. So, I mean, they got both ends of the spectrum. And then Lisa left 2 years later. So then it just became like a revolving door of people.
Right.
But, I honestly, like I said, the best experience of my life and also the most difficult. And it really prepared me for this business. Teresa. This business is no walk in the park.
Exactly.
I mean, it can be cutthroat. People can be very, very mean. So
Trust me,
something
I know.
like, I know, I don't need to tell you. So coming from that, it really sort of, and at such a young age, by the time I was 24, I felt like, oh, I had taken my licks. I know now how to navigate this.
Yeah, that's amazing because my daughter's 24, Gia.
Yeah.
And so it's like.
Imagine her having been on The View for 2 years already.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, no, good for you. Good for you.
It was fun. I mean, I'd go back now because now I actually have experience. Do you know what I mean? Now
I know.
I could sit and have a conversation and not feel like I would crack under pressure. Because now I'm confident enough, I think, in myself and in my position and in my opinion that it wouldn't bother me if someone were to come at me and say something. Where back then, I was like, oh.
No, you're right. Okay. Oh, I love that. All right, let me ask you the next question. What's the biggest thing you learned from Barbara Walters that still sticks with you till today?
Wow, so many things. I mean, what an amazing woman. Truly, there will never be another Barbara Walters, that is for sure. She taught me so many things about life and about television. So it wasn't just as a mentor for TV, but almost as a mentor for life. She lived a lot and she had a tough life. She she grew up at a time that, first of all, there were no women journalists to be, spoken of. She broke all the glass ceilings. She used to say to me, which, by the way, you probably will understand after just doing Special Forces. She used to say to me, baby, she'd call me baby. If you're not 10 minutes early, you're late. And that's a militaryism that I found out later. I was like, wait, really?
Yeah.
She also told me the most important thing to do in an interview, which I thought I still carry with me every day, and I still do, is just to listen. Stop studying your cards. Stop studying this person's history. Stop, know a little bit. That's fine. Know what you got to know to have a conversation with someone. But she would say to me, the best interviews happen, and she'd lean in, when you just listen. Who cares what the next question is? The next question might not even pertain to what the person has said. Just listen. She's right. If you listen oftentimes, then you can go off on a tangent that you never even knew you were going to go down. And you go, wow, that was a much better interview than what I had prepared. And you learn something that you never would have thought of.
I mean, sometimes yes and sometimes no, but yeah. I agree with that. Yes and no, it could go either way. But yeah, you're right. Because sometimes, like, look, we could have, if I would have kept going with you, I'm sure we could have talked about a lot more things.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. But
she I'm sure a lot of people want to know these questions too, though.
Right. She also used to say to me, which was really important, it's important to know when to talk, but it's more important to know when not to talk. So she would usually say that to me when I was being reprimanded, when she basically wanted to say to me, shut up. And she'd be like, and she's right. I now say that to my daughter. I say, you know what, Alexandra, sometimes it's better to know when not to talk because that says a whole lot more. Just leave it.
No, you're right. No, listening is really important. And and to be on time is really a good thing. Yeah, no, it is a good thing. I mean, I used to always be late because I have 4 kids. Imagine. So it's like getting them all ready. Joe used to not help me. So it's like I used to be, it was a lot,
Yeah.
I was doing it all by myself. So
that's the hardest job there is. Nobody can, honestly, when people say, oh, she's just a stay-at-home mom, I go, what do you mean just? First of all, take that word just out of there.
Yes.
And a stay-at-home mom is harder than being a CEO, okay? Because, being at home with children all day long and having to navigate everyone's schedules and having to navigate, the homework, feeding them, keeping them clean, keeping them healthy, keeping them safe, it's a lot until they're 18.
Yeah, now I know because when I used to work at Macy's in the buying office, and like a lot of the women worked and had kids, and I used to think like the old school fashion way, like I'm like, wow, these moms, by the time they get home, they work in the city. By the time my boss used to not get home till like 7:30 at night, so spend very little with her kid, and then that was it.
I know.
But she had to work. But then she used to say to me, it is easier coming to work than staying at home with the kids. She did used to say that to me,
Yeah, it's true.
But it's, it is true because it's a lot. You've been on TV for over 20 years. What's one thing people don't understand about being a woman in the industry that long?
What's one thing that they don't understand about being in the industry that long? I think there's probably a lot, but I think what would come to mind would be like the double standard. The double standard where if you ask for what you want and you are like, you stand your ground, then you're labeled a bitch. We're like, no, I'm not being a bitch. I'm doing the exact same thing a man would do, and you would say to him, what a baller. Yeah, what a man.
Right.
But if a girl does it, because we have to step into our masculine to do that, because that's stepping into your masculine energy and not being your feminine energy, then suddenly you're not nice. Well, that's not attractive. See, that's what you have to do behind the scenes as a woman in this business. But then in front of the camera, you really need to be able to also be in your feminine and in your masculine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to have that feminine energy to be in front of the camera. But behind the camera, you have to be your own best advocate. And another thing you have to do? I don't care who your agents are. I don't care who your managers are. I was going to say I don't care who your lawyers are, but actually I do care who your lawyers are. They're the most important people in your life when it comes to entertainment, like business, because I feel like they get the job done. They go in, they do what they need to do. There's no drama involved, nothing really attached except the facts and the bottom line. Whereas managers and agents can get involved and sometimes murk it up. I don't care who they are. The person who's going to be the one who's going to drive your career forward is going to be you.
Right.
You have to pick up the phone and you have to say, hey, look, I know you have 10 other people that look like me. I know you have 10 other people that are as qualified as me, but this is why you need to call them and tell them I need the job. Because if you don't, they're just going to go, here's all my people, choose one. Because one way or another, they get a commission. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So you have to be in your masculine energy behind the scenes, and you got to be in your feminine energy on camera. And I think for a man, I think it's easier.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends, like who you're speaking to, right? Like, I'm just saying, I mean, because there's some people that do push for women, and then there's some that don't.
Oh, but even if they push for them, I mean, I love that. I appreciate that. And I'm so thankful that there are the ones that push for women. But at the same time, the guy is always going to have an easier experience. It's just going to be easier for him. He's not going to have to fight as hard. He's also going to, it doesn't matter if he ages on camera. People are going to love him anyway. And be like, God, he looks so handsome and distinguished.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you could cast your dream view lineup, I like this too, today, anyone past or present, who's at the table and who's stirring the pot?
Oh boy. Okay. So wait a minute. We can only have 5 or 6 people, right? Okay.
And it's how many, when you were on it, how many people were on it?
What it was me, Joy, Meredith, Star, Barbara. Me, Joy, Meredith. Yeah, so it's 5 of us. Okay. So then I'll say, all right, shoot. I might have
so
to
you
get
have 5 or 6, whatever you know.
Okay, let's get 6. So,
okay.
All right, Barbara. We got to bring Barbara back because it was her show. She's the grand dame. No two ways about it. We have Barbara. Okay, so far Barbara. Then we're going to bring back, boy.
Okay, so you're the other person, right?
Yeah,
and then
okay,
you need
Barbara,
4.
me. Okay, I've got 4 more. Then we're going to have, oh my gosh, this is a hard question. Me, Barbara. I'm going to say Sherri Shepherd.
Oh, I love her. I was just on her show on Monday.
Sherri's one of my dear friends. I love her. She's such a hoot. I mean, how much fun is Sherri? Such a good time.
Much fun. So much fun.
Me, Barbara, Sherri.
She's so sweet, yeah.
I know. And really, and funny and smart. I'm going to say Joy, too. We're going to have Joy on. So we're going to have 2 comedians sitting there. And then we need 2 more.
I love Joy. Joy's funny. I love her.
Me too.
She's mentioned me on her show.
Yeah, she's great. Oh my gosh, am I gonna?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
If you want to, if you want to ask one more, and if you
I want 2 more. I'm gonna go with Whoopi.
Okay.
The reason I love Whoopi. Whoopi, I love her whole energy. I love her whole vibe. I think she'd be great for conversation. I met her when I was on Celebrity Apprentice. She came to one of our events. And do you know who else I'm going to bring back? And this is going to be controversial, but we're going to need it. The reason we're going to need it is because you need this kind of rhetoric at the table, because otherwise it becomes one-sided. You need it to be, everybody's got to chime in, and they have to be kind of polar opposites to make it an interesting conversation, and to make it actually, to make it like what America is. You can't just make it one-sided. You're right. No, you're right. It has to be inclusive of everybody, whether you like their view or not. The view is not called you like my view. It's a view, and you decide what it is. And I'd have to bring back Elizabeth Hasselbeck. Okay. All right. And love it. It would either have to be Elizabeth Hasselbeck, or it would have to be Candace Cameron Bure. because they kind of are in the same, they stand their ground in the same sort of way. They're both very religious. They're both very conservative. So you need that. I'm somewhere in between. I am totally in between. I am like, you know, when it comes to, I'm like a Ronald Reagan Republican, and I'm also a Democrat at the same time. I go with whatever makes the most sense and whatever's logical and is good for the people. That's where I go. I'm not going to like, you know, go down with the ship because of my party. If it doesn't make sense, I'm going over here. So I would be somewhere in between. Then we have the diehard liberals, and then we need some conservatives. So I would be in the middle and be like, ladies, come on.
If you were on the Real Housewives, what would your tagline be?
Oh my gosh.
That's like a little hard just to like, think a little bit. Yeah.
Like, what was your tagline?
Oh, I had so many. Oh my God. Haters are going to hate, but I just love. That's the one that comes to my mind right now.
That's so funny.
But there was like so many. I mean, I have to look them up. I had a lot of taglines.
Let me see.
Something about you being Greek.
I might be sweet, but I can also be saucy.
I love that. I love that.
As in Greekish saucy.
I love that.
I might be sweet, but I can also be saucy, like tzatziki.
Yes, I like that. Yes, that's awesome. Yeah, love that. Yeah, it goes with your cookbook. I like that. Speaking Greekish, can you tell us a little bit about your cookbook? And I just saw it. Can you show it to us and tell us a little bit about it?
Here it is.
Beautiful.
Okay,
oh my God. I love it. So, you need to send me one because I love Greek food.
Oh, absolutely. Not only am I going to send you one, we're going to give one away to a lucky viewer. We'll have to come up with how we're going to do that. So they'll go to your Instagram and we'll give away a copy, a signed copy. I'll sign it for them.
Okay, love that.
This is my second Greek cookbook. My first one was It's All Greek to Me. And that was 125 or 30 recipes of my family's like tried and true hardcore Greek recipes that are traditional, that have been passed down for generations. And I went back to Greece and I shot the whole thing.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, and it's all my family's, and it's just an amazing. To me, it's
where
like
are you
the
from?
Greek cookbook Bible.
Yeah, where are you from in Greece?
I'm from a town called Xanthi, which is northern Greece. It's close to Thessaloniki. And all my family still lives there, by the way. And we have a beach house in a town called Fanari, which is a little like fishing beach village. It's just so quaint and so adorable.
Wow.
And the reason it's called Fanari is because Fanari in Greek means stoplight. And there's only one stoplight in the whole village. When I tell you, Teresa, it's like, I don't even know how to explain what this place does to your soul. You get there and it's just fishermen and like beach and just tavernas on the beach, and the whole thing is so chill, and there's like the little farmers with their sheep and their goats, and it's just it's like a movie. It's so lovely. So the second book is Greekish, because my friends had always said to me, well, when you do your second cookbook, why don't you add some of the other recipes in there that you make for us, or that you make for your family, that's just in your like regular rotation? Does it have to be Greek? I thought, well, it doesn't have to be Greek. And yeah, I obviously do cook a lot of other things, but I wanted to stay in the theme of Greek because there's so many great Greek recipes that I didn't put in the last one that I still have.
Love that. Yeah.
So I said, okay, we're going to call it Greekish. And this time it's going to have some influence of some other recipes that I make, like a steak. I mean, that's not Greek. That's just, standard. Or like nachos. Or I took some tried and true Greek recipes that are authentic Greek recipes, and I made them easier. So I like Greekish because I made them easier for the people at home. So instead of using, for instance, phyllo dough to make spanakopita, which is difficult. Yes. Phyllo dough is difficult to work with. People freak out using phyllo dough.
No, I'm sure. That's the spinach pie, right?
Yes. So as opposed to using the phyllo dough, I'm like, just go get yourself a puff pastry at the store. Make it easy. Do the filling of the spanakopita. Put it in the puff pastry. Poke some holes in it and, score it. Put it in the oven for 25 minutes and you're done.
Perfect.
When I tell you, it's so amazing. It's so easy. It's so quick. You can throw it in the oven.
And it looks great and it tastes great.
It looks like you are like a cordon bleu chef.
Right,
And yeah,
exactly.
you serve it to your friends at a dinner party and they're super impressed. I mean, speaking of Sherri, by the way, she loved it so much that she literally sent me a DM and she said, "I don't know what you put in this, but you have to send me this recipe immediately." Like
Uh,
it's really good. And I wish I could take full credit for these recipes, but most of them are my family's recipes. You know, my mom taught me how to make all these or
yeah.
my aunts. Yeah, so
Yes.
oh, and one of the best things about this book that I think you're going to love and your viewers are going to love, at the bottom of many of the, like this, for instance. Do you see this?
Yes.
Do you see that QR code?
Yes.
Okay. The bottom of the QR code, these are Greek scrambled eggs. At the
Oh.
bottom of a lot of the pages is a QR
Uh-huh.
code. You scan the QR code and I
Okay.
pop up and I show you how to make the recipe in my kitchen. So it is an interactive virtual cookbook.
Oh my God, I love that.
And that's the reason I wanted to do this one. When they came to me and they were like, "We wanted you to do this cookbook." And I said, "I love doing cookbooks, but it's a labor of love. Doing cookbook, you know, it's a lot of work. You're constantly, you know, it's a lot." So I said, "Okay, well, yeah, let's do it. But, you know, what's going to make this one different than any other cookbook?" And they said, "Well, we have this idea where you put a QR code at the bottom of your page and, you know, that's your wheelhouse. You know how to do television. So we're going to mix the cookbook and the television and it's almost like a cooking show and a cookbook together."
Oh my, I
It
love
was
that.
so fun. It was the most fun.
I love
And
that.
I
And
can
I love that
constantly
I love that you scan the QR code and then you pop up and make the recipe.
Teresa, it's literally like you've just come across the street to my house, like it's my neighbor or something. I'm like, "Hey, everybody, okay, I'm
I love that.
no hair and makeup. I'm just sitting there sometimes, shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like, "Okay, we're going to show you how to do this now. Let me show you, blah, blah, blah." And I'm just chatting and whatever. It
Yeah,
became one of
no.
my favorite things when I was actually doing the book.
Yeah,
And
I
I can
love that.
constantly update it. So there's also a QR code in the front. Like, where's that one? Oh, I dedicated this one to my mommy and my daughter. You see that?
Oh, I love that.
So this QR code here is a QR code that I can update constantly. So if I want to add
Oh,
any
wow.
new recipes at any
Oh,
time,
wow.
I just do a recipe in my kitchen. I send it to the guys, they upload it, and it will be in this book, even if it wasn't when you bought it.
Yeah, but you should save it and do another cookbook.
I know, but I'm having so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I have four cookbooks, so it's like,
Yeah, you
yeah, so
know.
I would save. I wouldn't add it to that one. Do it in your
Okay.
next cookbook. Yes.
Okay. Maybe I will do that. Thank you for that little
Yes.
piece of advice. That's a good business advice.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, your recipes are important. So
Yeah,
you don't
and they're
want to just,
fun.
and it's good that they're in the book because then people sometimes like to see them on paper so they could follow them.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
it's
Yeah.
easier. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and it's, you know, I also, and I'm sure you feel the same way. It's like I wanted to get these recipes down because if you don't get them down, they get lost. They
you're
get
right.
lost
Yeah,
and then you
and
never.
then you could, carry now. Your daughter has these cookbooks. You know.
Yeah, I
That's how
know.
I felt. I learned how to cook from my mom, and then I did 4 cookbooks, and then now my daughters have it's going to be passed down to them.
Exactly. Like there's certain things that when we were doing the first cookbook, I would say to my mom, "Mom, well, how did Yaya make it? Because this is," and she'd be like, "Honey, well, I can't remember how Yaya make it. I think this way." But that's the thing, like
Yeah,
because it was never written down. So now we
right,
have
yeah,
them. Yeah.
right. No, I know because like I even till today cook by just just by my eye, by my hands.
Eyeball.
I just
Eyeball.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I just I know how much to put in, but I don't ever measure anything. I
No, oh my
never
gosh,
measure
it's the same
anything.
thing. The Greeks and the
Yeah, I don't
Italians
ever.
are the same. My mom would, when we
Yeah.
were doing the first one too, she'd say, "Hanimo, me tomati, eyeball." I'm like, I
Yes.
cannot write in a cookbook, eyeball it, Mom. That's not how you
Right,
sell a cookbook.
exactly, exactly. You have to measure it out. Yes. Yeah, trust me, I had to like hire someone to actually do it. It was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. People don't
Yeah.
realize how much work a cookbook is.
Yes. Because like you can't eyeball it. Exactly.
No.
So, all right. So we're gonna give a cookbook away.
Yes.
So and
How are we going to give it away? What do we do? Okay.
all right. So this is how we're gonna give the cookbook
Okay.
away. Um, you guys have to follow Debbie on Instagram, follow myself on Instagram, then go to Turning the Tables, follow Turning the Tables. So follow the 3 of us. Then now Debbie's going to say a word in Greek. The first 3 people to comment on the post of what the word means we'll get a cookbook.
Okay, I like that. I like that. It'll be a signed cookbook. All right, so here it
Yes,
is.
so
It's
be a
going to be
signed
your
cookbook.
It's basically an interactive cookbook, so you'll have a TV show and the cookbook. Okay, let's see. What word
So
should I do?
what's the word going to be?
Okay, all right, Teresa. It's going to be ready. You guys listen. Sagapopoli. Sagapopoli. I know it
Oh, I
sounds
like that.
Japanese, but it's actually Greek.
Salapopoli.
Say it again.
Salapopoli. Salapopoli?
No, sagapo.
Salapo.
Not LG. Sagapo.
Oh, sagapo. Oh,
Poli.
sagapo. La sagapo. Loli.
Poli.
Poli. Poli. All right,
Sagapopoli.
sagapo poli.
Perfect.
So just write your comment and what it means underneath the post, and we're going to pick 3 winners.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, food and family, Deb, go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, you're Greek, I'm Italian.
Yeah.
We relate food and family together. What's one recipe that you would make for me? And
Oh my gosh. I'm going to have you
that would
over and
make
I'm
me
going to
think
make
about your family.
I'm going to make a million of them for you. And it's true. I mean, our cultures specifically tie food to family and to love, Teresa, like I'm sure you're
Oh,
not,
yeah.
like we show our love. My love language is food.
It's
If
through
I'm
food.
cooking for you, like I don't know if a lot of other cultures understand this, but if an Italian girl or a Greek girl's cooking for you, they really like you. It means that
Yes.
they really are putting their heart and soul into something. So it's not
Yeah,
to
well,
be taken lightly
like
if
Louis
we cook for
invites,
you.
right? When Louis invites someone to our house, like that means like we're, welcome you into our home, and I'm cooking for you. That's like a big
Into our
deal.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm going to order out, yeah, that's a different story. But if I'm cooking for you, you're in the inner circle.
I mean, ordering out's not bad either. If you want to take a night off and like on the weekend,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
I'm just usually I do always cook for people. I'm trying to
Me
think. I
too.
mean, sometimes, I take a break with my kids, and sometimes we order
Yeah.
Chinese food or something like that.
But we love to cook too. It's in our DNA. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
our
I mean,
cultures, it's in our DNA.
I cook Sunday through Thursday, and
Me
then
too.
Friday and Saturday, Louie and I we go out for date
Go
night.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same thing. I'll even make breakfast on a school day.
Oh,
I'm not
I
one of
make
those moms
breakfast
that
too.
just does a toaster muffin or something. I mean, I go out. I love it. I love it. It brings
Yeah.
me joy, and I'm sure it does to you. So I think if I were going to cook for you,
I want to come over and eat now. You're making me
you
hungry.
have to. You have to.
Uh,
Okay, so if I'm going to cook for you, I would make you lemonates patates, which are the lemon potatoes, the Greek
Potatoes.
beautiful
Okay,
lemon
I know what
potatoes.
those are, and I love how you speak.
I would make
I
you a Hurrdatiki salata, which is the Greek salad, which, by the way, traditional Greek village salad does not have lettuce in it. Please do not put
No.
lettuce in a Greek salad. When they do
Yeah,
this, I'm always
no.
like, this is fake.
Tomatoes, feta cheese, and
Cucumbers,
cucumbers, right?
red onions, and black olives, and
Yeah,
olive oil.
yummy.
That's it, and
Yummy.
oregano, and the feta. So I would make you that, and then I would make you baidakia, which is the traditional grilled Greek lamb chops on the grill with the
Okay.
lemon, the olive oil, the oregano, and the salt. I've often had people say to me, I don't eat lamb, I don't like lamb. And I have said, no, you don't like lamb the way that it has been prepared for you. I
Yes.
promise you, if you like steak, you will like lamb better if it's prepared correctly. It's
Right.
just so good.
Yes.
Do you like lamb?
It depends who makes it.
There you go.
Yes,
You have to
'cause
let me make it for you.
yeah, when my mom used to make it, I only pretty much eat it when my mom would make it, and it has to be a good Greek restaurant.
Yeah. I
Yes,
mean,
a
there's
good,
nothing, when they come straight off the grill, there's nothing better.
right.
So good.
And
What
then
about
and
you?
then and of course in Greece. I mean, you
Oh yeah,
can't go
oh my
wrong
gosh.
there.
By
Yeah.
the way, so in Greece, here's a little story, a little backstory. When I was a kid and we'd be in Greece every summer, a kid, like a teenager, and we go out to the clubs at night. When you would leave the clubs in Greece, like
Yeah.
in the late night, here in America,
Uh-huh.
people go to Taco Bell, the kids go to Taco Bell, they go to
Right.
the fast food. There was always a street vendor making lamb chops
Right.
when you'd walk out of the
Exactly.
club.
Yes.
It's so funny.
Yes.
What would you make for me?
I mean, there's so many things I would make for you. I love when I invite somebody over, I usually invite them over on a Sunday and I make my Sunday sauce. So I
Nice.
make my sauce with my meatballs. I put some meat, brajol in the sauce. And then and then I can make all different kinds of pastas. Like there's a cavadelli, I can make rigatoni, or, some ravioli, like that. And then, with the
Yeah.
salad on the side. And then also maybe some chicken cutlets,
Yeah,
some
that's a
really
big
thin,
thing.
thin sliced chicken cutlets.
I used to date an Italian guy, and I would go to his grandma's house in Bay Ridge in Brooklyn, and she would do that every Sunday, and it was the most incredible feast ever. The whole family was there. It's so fun.
Yeah, so good. Yeah.
And
So
again,
see
it
that
goes back to family.
so if you come to New York, I will have you over for dinner.
Okay, and you know what? Maybe we'll cook together. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, I would love that. Yes, I would love
That'd be
that. Yeah,
so fun.
because I have a Greek friend, and like you speak just like her. You kind of look like her a little bit, and you guys, yeah, like she cooks Greek too. It's so good.
Oh, I love that. Okay, she'll have to come over as well.
She made me an olive oil cake.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
her
that's in
mom.
my book. They're delicious.
Oh my God, that is so. Wait, and she put a coin in it, and I got
Oh,
the
yeah.
coin.
That means you get the best luck for the year. You got all the luck for the year.
I know. I got the best luck for the year.
I
Yes,
love that. Was it
yes,
on
I got the coin.
was it on New Year's Day or
Yes,
was it
she brought it
Easter?
on New Year's
New Year's
Eve. She
Day.
brought it on New
Mhm.
Year's Eve, and then we ate it. And I got the coin, so I was so
So
excited.
lucky.
Yeah. Yes.
Good for you. I never get the coin.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I never heard of that. And I love that. And I kept the coin. It's in my cabinet.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, you should keep it. It's a big deal. Like you always want to get
Yeah.
the coin. Growing up, I always wanted to get the coin.
Yeah.
My daughter got the coin once.
I love that. So your first cookbook, I know you donated some proceeds to ALS, and that's also you're working with an app, regarding that. So can you tell us more about that?
I am. So my first cookbook called "It's All Greek to Me." I still donate a portion of the proceeds to the ALS Association of America because my father passed away of ALS, and
Oh,
I don't
I'm
know if you know
sorry.
this. Yeah, it's
Uh,
awful. I mean, it's such an awful, hateful disease, and at
It
basically, I
is.
would say
It is.
probably the height of my career when I was at E is when my father started getting sick and I left Hollywood completely. I just walked away from E and moved back to Virginia to help look after him and to help be his caregiver. And it was, oh, Teresa, I don't want to cry, but it was awful. It's a hateful disease. And so that first cookbook was like my love letter to my dad. And I just wanted to do something
Oh,
that I knew he would be
yes.
proud of. I was like, because he was always so proud of being Greek, and I thought this is something that I know he would be proud of. So I donate a lot of the proceeds to the ALS Association. And having said that, I have become the ambassador for Caregivers Awareness Month, which is November. And I partnered with this amazing company called Nomo Smart Care. And I wish I had had the technology that is available now when my dad passed away. It was 13 years ago because it would have made it a lot easier on myself, on my mother, on him. So this company that I'm working with is really, I believe, changing the game of caregiving. It is the future of caregiving. And what it does is basically it provides discreet and privacy first sensors that learn your loved ones. They learn your loved ones like daily routines.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it's really cool, but without
Wow.
cameras.
Okay.
So it learns your loved ones' daily routines without cameras, just motion sensors and satellites, and this hub that can talk to them and talk to you and anyone in the caregiving circle. And it sends alerts. It basically sends proactive alerts to your family or your friends who are on this app to help families check in before something becomes an emergency. So last time I was home, I decided, you know what, I'm going to put this in my mom's home because I live across the country. My brother and my sister are in Virginia, but they're not that close to her. And sometimes, like I pick up the phone, I try to call my mom. She doesn't pick up her phone. I start to panic. Where's mom? I call my brother. Where's mom? I call my sister. Where's mom? Nobody knows where mom
Right.
is. Well, with this technology, which is so cool, it has motion sensors that you plug into the wall, like almost like you would an air freshener. Do you know what I mean? So you plug in
Yeah.
these motion sensors, and they have these things called tags that you put on the refrigerator door. They're tiny. You don't even see them. You put them on the refrigerator door. You put them on your mom's bedroom door, your dad's bedroom door, your loved ones. You can put them on a pill case.
Oh,
So
so if they're walking around,
yes,
that
not
it
only if they're
picks
walking
it
around,
up.
like say they have to take a pill. Say, they don't pick up their pill box. And you're like, well, that's weird. It's 8:30 and my app says mom hasn't picked up her pill box. So this allows your family members, your loved ones, people who may have long-term illnesses, people who are just aging and they just sort of need a little bit of help, but they don't really want to ask for help. They don't want to let go of their autonomy. Do you know what I mean? It allows them to
Right. Yeah.
still have autonomy and be like, I'm the parent, you're the child. Why are you always spying on me? There are no cameras involved at all, which is great because a lot of older people don't want cameras in their house, even though there are companies that say, oh, you can put cameras in your house. My mom was like, if you put a camera in my house, don't ever come here again. She said, I do not want cameras in my house. I said, Mom, it's not. It's just a way for me to be able to know what's happening with you.
Right.
So
Right.
this app, when I can't reach her on the telephone, I can go on the app and say, oh, Mom opened the refrigerator 45 minutes ago. So she said, oh, the motion sensor, which is very discreet and small, you don't see it. Mom walked past it at such and such a time. So we know you put it on the front door, you put it on the back door, you put it on the garage door. So it's kind of just giving you a monitoring system that is allowing you to keep track without being hovering over them and having them feel like they're being spied on or watched. So
Right. Right.
it's really helped me and my family, and I wish I had it with my dad because as a caregiver, I don't know if you've been a caregiver, but I'm sure people in your audience have been, and at some
Yes.
point
Yeah. No.
will be.
My dad moved in with me after my mom passed away.
Yeah, so I mean, you don't even realize, because I think as you're you don't label yourself as, oh, I'm a caregiver. It's just something you're doing because that's the right thing to do. This is what you've chosen to do. You don't want to put your family member in a home. So you look after them. What's called the sandwich generation, because here we are taking care of young kids, but we're also looking after our aging family members and loved ones who may also be living with long-term illness. So here we are doing all of this and forgetting about ourselves.
Yeah.
You forget to take care of your own health, your own needs. You forget so many things, and everything about you and your autonomy sort of dwindles away because you're so,
Right.
and you feel guilt as a caregiver for doing anything for yourself. I was afraid to leave my home. I was afraid to go get a manicure because I thought, what if my dad fell? What if this happens?
No, you're
What
right.
if that
Yeah.
happens? And he wouldn't have been able to, if he had fallen, as ALS progresses, you can't even like speak. So he wouldn't have been able to get to the phone to call somebody. With something like this, because it can alert me and I could have had it and just gone. And it sort of takes some of the pressure off of the caregivers. So I am just so honored to have partnered with them. And I really feel like this is the wave of the future. It's a really great company. And
No, that sounds amazing.
it's
Amazing. Yeah.
it's also great for neurodivergent kids or neurodivergent individuals
Right.
who may be high functioning. I also have a lot of friends who have sons who are high functioning neurodivergents who have just now left the house to go to college.
Oh, wow. That's
And
great.
the moms are panicked. This is the first time their sons are going to be living by themselves. And how am I going to know if he's taking his medication? How am I going to know if he's gotten home, if he has left his bedroom, if he is. So with this, you can constantly track them. However, there's no camera there. So they don't feel like they're being tracked, which is super essential because they want to still feel independent. I think that's really important.
No, that is. So where can everyone find this?
Oh, well, first of all, we're going to give one away. We're going to give one away as well. So
Okay, good. Oh my God. Full of gifts
I'm gonna
today.
give.
I love
I'm
it.
gonna give a. If this works for some of your audience members, then I would highly recommend.
It definitely will.
I'm telling you, they're gonna love this. By the way, the people that you put in, like my mom has forgotten it's there, and so now I still can find out where she is if she doesn't answer the phone, but she forgot it's there. You just put it up
I
and you
love
go,
that.
and you're always tracking it on your app.
Yeah, because my friend, she put cameras in her house, and then the mom found them and she ripped them out.
You see,
Yeah, I'm gonna tell her about this.
this would be perfect for her because again, I mean, think about it. When we get older, am I really going to want my daughter to put cameras in my house? I'm going to say, get out of here. What are you talking about? I've been the mother the whole time. You're not my mom. You know, it's hard to
Right.
let go of
Yes.
something like that.
Right.
So, as discreetly and as non-invasively as possible, I think that's a softer, easier way and a gentler way to move them slowly into the idea that they may need help. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
As opposed to just being like, oh, you're losing it. I'm taking your license. You can't see. You can't be responsible for yourself. I mean, that's got to be difficult getting to that age and hearing that.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, it's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends are going through that right now with their parents.
Yeah. So you know what? I don't know how we're going to give this one away. It's a $200 value and it's a yearly subscription as well. And
Oh, wow.
the
Okay.
yearly subscription is $20 a month. And, you know, versus some other companies, this is a great deal, but we're going to give that away for free.
So go to Turning the Tables and make sure you DM me and tell me how this could help your life. And
Yeah,
then
there you go.
and then we will gift it to you. It's a $200 value.
Yeah, so it's a $200 value, and you know, given how great this technology is and how helpful it could be, that's a deal compared to some of these other companies. And again, this is non-invasive, so not only is it a deal, but you're also not having cameras in people's houses, so that's great. So $200 value plus $20 a month subscription for free for a solid year. So share a story. I think that's a great idea, Teresa.
Okay,
Share
yeah,
a story.
and how it will help your family.
That's right. Help you as a caregiver and also help your family member. And I'm going to say this, and I think they'll agree with it. I haven't run this past them yet, but I think they'll be okay with it because I'm going to tell you this. I think that we should also give your viewers, anyone who wants to order it, 10% off. So if anyone wants to order it too,
Okay.
they can do the promo code TTT10 and get 10% off.
Love that. Thank you. Thank you,
You're
Debbie.
very welcome. I really believe in this. And I think
Yes.
if I had this when my dad was sick, it would have helped me so much, Teresa. And
Yeah.
coming from a place where I know how it's, you know, I don't need to tell you, but like when you lose a loved one that you've cared for, it brings you to your knees. And it's not something you'll ever understand unless you go through it. And it's not a club you want to be a part of, but eventually we
Right.
all will be. So if
Right.
there's anything I can do to help others that are going through it, because you know who you are. When you're going through it, you're in it. If I can help you make your life a little easier, then I want to do that. And that's why I have wanted, you know, I was honored when they said, would you please be the Caregivers Awareness Ambassador? Because I don't think a lot of people, or not enough people, I should say, talk about caregivers and how difficult it is on them.
Yeah, no, it is very difficult.
Yeah. And you know, what's the other option? You know, most of our loved ones don't want to be in a home.
No,
Do you
you're
know?
right. Yeah,
Like,
no,
I don't
you're
want to be
right.
in a home when I'm older. I want to do everything I possibly can to stay home.
Yes.
But when you do stay home, then it takes a toll on the people that are helping you around.
Right, and then you need the help. Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So with this technology is amazing. Yeah. So thank you so
Yeah.
much, Debbie. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Of course.
Thank you, Debbie, for coming on Turning the Tables. I just want to say
you for
thank you, everyone, for
having
tuning in. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. We will see you next time. Love, love, love you. Mwah.
Love you. Thank you for having me, Teresa.
I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables. Let's go. I know you love my style. I'm gonna make them smile. I am the one to win. Keeping them all tuned in. I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables.